So everybody roll for initiative. Okay, so it is Arrow's turn. You are currently prone.
So does that mean I have to take a whole turn to get up?
Half of your movement.
Man, what are you doing, dude?
Taking control of my power.
So you're being a butt, dude.
You smell like a butt right now.
Nice comeback, bro. Burn.
Thanks to you. Why are you being such a jerk, man? I just help you kill your friends, and you're gonna throw me in poop?
He slams down one of his paws and says,
They were not my friends.
I'm actually gonna hold my action because I don't want to attack my friends.
yeah, just let me know when you want to pop back in. Then it is Abby's turn.
Am I right up next to him, or am I further away?
We'll say his feet are basically diagonal from the table with herbs on it and the little partition wall. That's like his backside, his back feet, and his front feet are angled. He's facing the bathroom right now, and that whole wall is like destroyed, so he's looking in at Arrow.
I guess for now I'll just cast Blade Ward on myself, so until the end of my next turn I have resistance against bludgeon, piercing, and slashing damage.
Then it is Wyatt's turn.
So I'm also prone, so I have to use my movement to get up. I'm gonna get up, and then I'm going to talk to him. Din, remember how when we came here, you had said that we had to pass judgment on the other people that we were coming to defeat, the other blood hunters here. And you said we could either take them in and have them stand trial, or we could pass judgment ourselves on them if we felt that they were, or if they were misusing their power. I would say right now you are absolutely misusing your power. Knowing that, I will also give you the option. I know you probably don't have full control over your decision-making skills right now, but you can either come in with us for trial, or we can pass judgment on you right here, and I will have no qualms against that, because right now it looks like you are a very evil person. So I want you to know that I'm only following your line of thinking when I go up against you like this, because I do not want to do this.
They were onto something with using this blood magic to its full extent.
But don't you remember why we wanted to stop them? Don't you remember that? They were hurting people. And I know deep down you cared about that, and you didn't like that.
He says,
Well, if I'm a monster now, then that's what it'll have to be.
Just like they have the choice, you have the choice. And we can stop at any moment, but I am going to have to hurt you, and I am sorry about it, but like I said, I am only following what I think deep down you believe. And I think a previous you, the you that I knew, would approve of this. And I don't think he would be very happy with what you've become. So I'm going to attack him. 12.
no, that doesn't hit.
I am going to go for my second hand crossbow. And that doesn't hit either.
I said to Wyatt, what are you doing? He's our friend. He's on our team.
I don't think he's the same Din we knew before.
Well, I mean, how long have you known him for? You're just going to turn on him just like this, all quick like that? Maybe we can snap him out of it somehow.
I mean, that's a possibility, but we risk hurting innocent people if we just let him go and try and find a cure. And like I said, when he came to try and defeat the other people that we met here, he was under the impression that a just thing to do would be to pass judgment on someone who was misusing their power. This is what our old friend Din would want. That's how I feel. I feel we should honor the good Din by following his philosophy and what he believed in.
I'm not going to hurt my friends who just don't feel right to me.
I understand.
I got the blood of two of those other guys on my hands now, and I don't want to kill my friend Din, too.
What should we do then?
Maybe we can restrain him until he calms down.
We could try that. Let's try that then. I think you have good judgment. I trust in you. You remind me of a very close friend I had once. So he had good judgment, and I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna trust in you. Follow your orders.
Shizano's turn then.
I mean, if I saw Wyatt attacking him, I'm attacking him.
Oh, you also heard that conversation that's happened.
Yeah, I don't think she doesn't really care. Or she's gonna follow your lead, and you attack him.
Yeah, but my lead is that I'm gonna
Just
restrain.
stop him. I'll try to knock him out, but I have to do something first. It's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
3 damage.
What kind of damage?
Slashing.
So it's 2 damage.
I'm going to use my extra attack. Do it again. 6.
6 doesn't hit. Have Kadama make a death save.
That's an 8. That's 1 fail.
Can I jump on Din and try to grapple him?
If you want to slide in before he goes. Also one size larger than you, so you have disadvantage, I believe. Yeah, it's just a strength contest.
23.
Yeah, he's grappled. Yeah, you have his like head in arm lock.
Yo, I've got a rope. I've got a rope in my pouch. Somebody help me. Let's get this guy tied up.
I'll go over towards Arrow and I'll ready an action to give the help action to whoever comes over to tie it, but I'm a very weak small lady, so.
Then it is Wyatt's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to tie Din up.
Okay.
My 50 feet of hempen rope.
You sleight of hand with advantage.
Oh, that was a nat 20. Yeah, restrain him in whatever way would make sense for whatever the fuck kind of form he's in right now.
You get his back feet tied together, but he's still like up on his front paws as Arrow is holding him in like a headlock.
All I'm able to do is a nat 20.
He is a large boy.
I want to know if there is a chance that he can like cool down. Is he like hulkified right now? Like I want to know if there is a chance that he's reversed. And I have knowledge of the occult and stuff, so I know more than the average person about this. So
That'll be your bonus action. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
History.
At advantage?
Yeah.
11.
The things that you know of people transforming after the taint, you have never heard the story of somebody turning back. It's Shizeno's turn.
What did Wyatt do with the rope?
He tied it around his legs, and he is like, I want to say half prone. He has like his back legs are not, they're not on like where his feet are. They're on like, he's like on his belly, but his front paws are up on the ground.
So he's prone, but only his legs are tied.
Yeah, well, his back legs. Keep in mind, he also has a prehensile tail that is split in two.
If you're fine with it, I'm going to flip my Nagamaki over and try to hit him with the hilt, so I can use bludgeoning versus slash.
Okay.
I'm going to try to hit him in the head.
That's where I am.
He's being grappled, and he has his back legs tied up, so if you want, you can do it at advantage.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
2.
It's actually 1 damage.
Use my extra attack. 19.
19 hits.
You're cold, Shinzenzo.
I'm doing what Wyatt wants. 7 damage.
4.
Death save for Kadama. It's a 7. If no one else picks him up, I'm going to pick him up next turn.
It is Arrow's turn.
Can I try talking to him?
Sure.
I'm gonna say, calm down, buddy. It's gonna be fine.
Make me a persuasion at disadvantage.
15.
He doesn't seem to respond well to that. He kind of grunts and sort of jiggles.
I'll just keep grappling him.
And it is Din's turn. Roll me a strength save. Arrow.
23 again.
So he seems like he's trying to get out of the grapple, but you have him held. What is your AC, Shizeno?
21.
As he's like trying to get out of this headlock with Arrow, you see his tail like whipping wildly, and it almost like hits you. Abby's turn.
Like, I feel like I can't do too much to help in this situation, not being like super strong, and I also don't want to hurt him in any way, so I'm just going to use my Pearl of Power and recover a spell slot. So I'm going to use my action, speak the command word, and I'm going to regain a 2nd level spell slot.
It's Wyatt's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to tie up his arms as well.
You're gonna need to grab some rope from somebody else.
So do I get advantage again?
Yeah.
Does a sleight of hand?
Yes.
It's an 11.
Yeah, it seems like he's moving his arms around too much, trying to like get out of Arrow's headlock. So you're unable to get it wrapped around his front legs. Shizeno.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll do a medicine check on Kadama and try to pick it up. 11.
That passes. Bird is stable now. Then it is Arrow's turn again.
Can I try talking to him again? Just calm down, man. We're your friends. You know, it doesn't have to be like this.
Make me another persuasion check at disadvantage.
24.
He stops flailing and he kind of takes a deep breath for a second. He has like a look in his eye that says that he's like partially calmed down.
I'm gonna say, look, man, I'm really sorry I teased you about the poop on your hands that one time.
He kind of growls a little bit. It's his turn. You see his tail is like whipping around, but instead of wildly, it plunges into one of the dead bodies of the tabaxi, liquefies them, and then the only thing that's left of them on the ground is the blood that was there. So it seems like the tail sucked up the body, essentially, or absorbed it. Abby's turn.
I guess I'll ask the party, should we try to knock him out or just tie him up?
I'm gonna say he seems like he's starting to calm down a little bit, but I'm not sure.
It'd be a pretty big risk to try and just knock him out. I'd be afraid we'd kill him.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll say if anybody needs help, just let me know.
Help us grapple him.
Okay, I'll try.
I mean, I know it's probably not your strong suit, but who knows? A little help might give us a big advantage.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to help grapple.
Make me an athletics check.
Oh, that's a 0. That's a 1 minus 1.
So you go to grapple the tail, and it flails wildly, and you get thrown back a little bit, but not very far. You land on your feet, but you notice that your hands are cut, and I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's an 11.
You are currently poisoned. You are also paralyzed.
Cool.
So you're like looking at your hands, and then you're like, I can't move.
Wonderful.
Wyatt's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try and tie his arms again. Sleight of hand at advantage?
Yep.
15.
Yeah, that succeeds. So you get his front paws down, and he is then he kind of like flops onto his belly.
So is he struggling still?
Yeah, but obviously it's harder to do that without your feet on the ground. Arrow, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw. I don't know if you want to stay on your feet while putting him in a headlock, or if you want to kind of like flop down onto the ground while still keeping him in a headlock.
Yeah, I'll like kneel down with him. 23.
Yeah, you managed to hold on to him while he flops down onto the ground.
Once I have Din tied up, would I have any knowledge of whether we can just kind of wait it out and have him calm down? Will he tire himself out, or is he like some sort of immovable force and like will thrash around forever?
So you know that Arrow had said that he was starting to calm down. For your other part of your question, you probably have to make a roll for that.
Can I do whatever check would make me understand what's going to happen with Din in the coming minutes? Would that be a medicine check?
Make me a history check.
It's a 1.
You fail to remember in this heated moment.
I'm just going to move over to Abby then.
It's Shuzeno's turn.
Just for the hell of it, I'm going to try to tie up his tails.
I was just gonna say, I'll get his tail.
Anyone have an extra rope I can take?
Bodies, and one of the bodies.
But so far, who has used rope? It was Wyatt and Arrow.
Yeah.
Since Abby's not able to reply, I have to go check through her pack and see if she has a rope real quick. Would I find one?
No, I have a scholar's pack, not a
God damn it.
pack.
Well, this is unfortunate. I guess I'll just try to grapple the tails then. I'll just use my hands. 18.
I'm going to need Shuzeno to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, and that's 20. 26.
You get cut up by the tail, and you feel your skin stinging a little bit. It seems like the cuts are kind of like surface level. They didn't get too deep, but you'd recognize this as some kind of taint poison.
Great. Thanks.
Arrow's turn.
I'm gonna talk to him again. Just try to calm down, man, and we can fix this. We can get you help or something.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
24.
He yells out,
It seems pointless that it didn't work before.
but he does seem like a little bit, he's moving around less.
I'm gonna say, what didn't work?
He's just trying to get help.
I'm gonna say, I think we can help you. We're your friends. I mean, if anybody's got the ability to help you, it's us. We've got all these people that know all these different things about so many things. I mean, I feel like if there's anybody that's going to be able to help you, it's going to be the Harpers.
Now that we actually know what's going on with you, I think we can better help you.
I'm just going to keep holding him.
Make me a strength saving throw.
23.
He moves a little bit less than before, so it's easy to kind of keep him grappled. Wyatt, you start to see the eyes that are on his sides. They start leaking like some of the same stuff that's coming out of his tail. Some of it gets onto the rope that's on his feet. And it looks like it's starting to fray a little bit. Abby's turn.
Makes me make another save.
It's a Constitution.
16.
Yeah, you are no longer poisoned or paralyzed.
Oh my god, yay!
Yeah, avoid all that icky stuff. That was not fun.
Wyatt's turn.
Since it seems like Abby's okay, yeah, I'm gonna move back to the rope and I'm gonna try and secure it where it's starting to come undone. So what is that, another sleight of hand?
Does it look like there's anything else in this room that could be used as a makeshift rope? Like chains or something like that?
It's mostly just like kitchen utensils and like food supplies.
It was a 5, so I didn't succeed. Can I do another history check? I want to know kind of like what I can do to help advance what's happening right now in the direction that we want, which is saving Din and not killing him.
History check.
Advantage?
Yes.
So 13.
You're like think. And you're not coming up with anything, but you know that what you were trying to do, as far as you know, hasn't been done before. The cases in WA that you've heard of, like, they just hunt down these people who have changed, and they don't necessarily give them a chance. So you don't know if it's possible or not. There hasn't been any sort of recorded event of it. You also know that Din absorbing that body, it seems like if he absorbs more mass, he is going to transform again.
I'm going to move towards wherever the closest body is to me. So for my next turn, I can try and move them out of the reach of Din. I was just thinking, I was like, this is a lot like The Exorcism, where, like, they have someone who's transforming into something, and they're trying to, like, hold them down, and they're just waiting, but it's getting worse. We've already had run-ins with Din's god. Do you think praying to that god would help at all? Y'all, do you remember when Din's god helped us? I know she kind of helped us with weather, and that was particularly opportune at that moment, but maybe she can help us here if we try and talk to her, if we try and help her, or if we try and ask for her help in saving her devout follower. What do you guys think?
I think you should try anything you can think of that's not killing him. I can only hold him for so long.
All right, then let's try. I'm going to try that.
You guys who have dealt with this before seem to be running out of ideas. Is this not what normally happens?
Normally you need to get some healing spells in there, and none of us have healing spells. And once they transform, I think that's pretty much it, usually.
I've never heard of someone with taint getting better after this point. I don't think anybody's ever been given the chance, to be fair, but I've never heard of it happening.
My sister is possessed by the King of Hell, and I'm not giving up on her, and I'm not going to give up on Din either.
We should probably maybe ask for Farah for help.
She's Zeno's turn.
Well, I guess I'll try to call the Rebecca. I'll just call out her name, ask her to basically return Din's old form. I'm guessing it's a religion check.
Yep.
9. I yell it very unenthusiastically and don't seem very surprised if nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing very apparent happens.
Well, then I'm going to go to tails. 19.
Yeah, his tails are grappled, and you've managed to, like, kind of use your armor in a way that blocks it from the spikes from, like, hitting your skin. Arrow's turn.
I'm going to ask Din, who did this to you? Maybe if we can find this person that did this to you, we can figure out how we can reverse this.
Podmas did this. He did the same thing to the other tabaxi. He's the one who threw me in the maze that matches my necklace. Slowly corrupted my mind in that maze.
Do you think Podmas knows how to reverse whatever's happening to you?
If he does, he probably wouldn't want to do that. He uses the corruption to his advantage.
But I'm going to make him do it.
Everybody becomes his personal soldier.
Not if I beat him up and make him do it. Make him fix you.
You'd have to find out where I'm from, and I can't even remember that.
Well, we'll never know if you die here. Can I do the prayer thing?
Sure.
I'm going to call out to Farah and pray for the reversal of Din's condition.
Religion.
13.
Nothing seems to happen.
Just going to keep holding him.
Arrow, make me a strength saving throw.
21.
Yes, you're still holding on to him. But as you're holding on to him, the ropes around his front paws snap. It stands halfway up, and so you're lifted off of the ground with him. His tail, that's split in two, dives into the two bodies that are on the ground, and he emulsifies them, and they get sucked up into his tail.
That we would be grappling it?
Yeah, so you'll need to make a strength save as well.
4.
You fall off of it. You're up against the partition wall. Then it is Abby's turn.
Does he look relatively calm still, or is he more irritated now that he's getting up and absorbing people?
Now that he is up, he seems more agitated.
Cool. Back away some more so that if he does attack any of us, I'm not the closest one. Yeah, can I get behind the barrels for, like, cover?
Sure.
But yeah, I'll go back there, and at this point, I'd say that I'd be getting pretty nervous that he's just gonna start attacking us and absorbing us too. So I won't attack right away, but if he does start to attack us, I'm gonna ready Shatter to cast on him.
Wyatt's turn.
Pray to Farah, since it was my idea, and try and get her to somehow intervene. All right, Farah, you helped us before. I'm gonna need your help again. Your follower is not in great condition, and we care a lot about him, as I'm sure you do. So help us calm him down. We are going to need probably a miracle to make it out of this safely and not have anyone die. So please help us. 18.
You see the wall that has the billiards table. A crack starts to form into it, and some of the plastered wall kind of breaks away, and you see this big column underneath of the wall there. And then you hear a clink. You hear two clinks, I guess, coming from the staircase where all those like chairs were, and part of the roof has collapsed.
I guess I try and help grappled in with Arrow. Do I get it at advantage because she already has him grappled?
No, because his front paws are not tied up anymore.
Okay, alright. 21.
You have him grappled. So the weight of both of you kind of like brings him down. He's on like his like elbows, I guess you could say. So he's almost all the way down.
Would my character know what the columns and the noise in the hallway, in the staircase is?
Just seems like this building is like deteriorating, but you're not sure what the clinking was. Then it is Shizeno's turn.
I guess we'll just try to grapple with tails again. I'd really like to attack her and try to knock him out, but Wyatt doesn't want me doing that. 16.
You kind of go to grab one, you kind of slip off. Make me a Constitution save.
It's a nat 20 again. 26.
Couldn't have done that for the grapple.
I know, right?
Yeah, so you're fine.
If someone had mentioned the clinking, I'd have checked that out.
Yeah, I imagine if I was saying my prayer out loud, people would be listening for some sort of sign.
I still don't know that I would do anything about it without Wyatt saying something.
Perception.
16.
It sounds like some sort of pottery. Like you've dropped pottery before, and it sounds like a sturdy, like thick, some form of thick pottery. You'd guess probably rolling down the stairs.
I'll wait until my turn. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility if I was praying and then something happened that I would assume it, because gods do exist in this. So I know that the gods do have some sort of way of communicating with us, and I would assume that's probably what's happening. So I'll wait until my turn, but I'll tell someone to go check it out. So don't fret too much about it, I guess.
Well, Shizeno knows what it is.
Well, I guess maybe I'd say that. It sounds like someone might be upstairs. Someone might have knocked over some pottery. We should watch our backs.
I don't think. If it's anyone, it might be a Ferris. We heard that right after I said my prayer. So maybe it's a Pharaoh trying to communicate with us. Maybe we should go check it out.
Pharaoh's turn.
Could I try praying again? Please help us. Your follower is in great need of your help.
Roll for religion. The wall that was crumbling a little bit seems to crumble some more, and you see the wooden column kind of splinter a little bit, and you hear one clink, and then it is Din's turn. He starts to grow some more. His spikes that were on his back were already touching the ceiling, so now part of his spine is kind of like pushing up into the ceiling, and the ceiling where it's like plaster is starting to fall away, and he's kind of scraping the top. His back legs that were tied snap as more spines come out of his legs. The eyes on his rib cage start seeping a lot more, and it's basically like he's kind of like dripping this like ooze. His tail thickens a little bit, and some of the spines that are on there grow a little bit. So now he's like pushing up against the ceiling. His neck starts to like thicken as his skull sort of like cracks, and these like horns come out of his forehead, and a couple more spines along his snout. His mouth completely opens into the 4 segments, so I'll need Arrow and Wyatt to make so I'll give you a choice if you want to continue hanging on, or if you want to safely land.
Yeah, I'm going to try to continue.
And Wyatt?
I'd probably do the same.
Okay, so both of you make me a strength saving throw.
19.
14.
Wyatt, you stay hanging on. Your grip kind of like loosens a little bit as like his neck expands, and you're basically like just your fingertips are touching while you're like hanging on to Din's neck. Arrow, you fall to the ground as you can't really maintain your grip, and you are prone now. He tries to step on you with his front paw, but misses, as he can't see because Wyatt is kind of blocking his vision. He goes to whip his tail to either try to grab or hit you. He misses, and he hits the wall that is already cracked. Does a 19 hit? He hits you for... You take 13 points of piercing damage as one of the tails... yeah, so you're going to take 6 then. But you're also going to need to make a Constitution save. Okay, you're good. So one of the tail things lands. It almost pierces you directly, but then you kind of like move out of the way, and it just it nicks the side of your arm, but still creates like a fairly decent gash there. And then the other tail kind of hitting your head kind of like whips and takes off a chunk of this column that is there, and it begins to splinter more. All of you hear another clink, and then almost immediately after that clink, the roof starts to cave in and pieces of the ceiling start falling down. It looks like Din is now, he's like prone, but he's also one size larger from growing. Stuck in this prone position, he can move his head around. Wide is still attached to his head, but his whole body is basically kind of sandwiched between the floor and the ceiling right now. Yeah.
I had readied.
Oh, sorry, it's Abby's turn.
If he had attacked any of us, I assume that happens on his initiative.
Yeah, so Shatter goes.
I was going to attack him if he attacked us, so he has to make a Constitution save.
7.
Does not do it. So he takes 22 thunder damage.
To avoid hitting Wyatt, you hit him in like his side where some of his eyes are, and a couple of them shut. Part of the partition wall where you are, Shizeno, kind of like sort of falls on, like it doesn't hurt you, but it like falls apart and falls on your head, and the windows kind of like blast open and shatter. Then it is Abby's turn.
Seems like this divine intervention of sorts has pinned him. Can I roll insight to try to figure out what that, like, or I guess perception or investigation to figure out like what all the clinking noises are?
Perception.
16?
Yeah, it seems like something is falling down the stairs from the area where the chairs were kind of like pushed up, keeping like rubble from coming down the stairs.
Can I go check to see what that is?
You would provoke an attack of opportunity because you'd have to pass in front of Din.
No, thank you. Seems like if we try to get him unpinned from all of this, it might not be a good thing for all of us. Should we leave him restrained here while we try to figure out what to do? Because also, if this building continues to collapse, it's also going to crush us.
Do you think we should leave him here and try and get help?
Do you think that Afara was helping us instead of him? Because if he's lost, it might be easier to just take him down with the building, give us a chance to escape first.
Maybe she realizes that us surviving is the only chance he has. So maybe it does make sense for us to leave. Maybe she is trying. Maybe she is trying to restrain him so that we can leave while he's still alive, find some sort of answer, and hopefully cross paths again without destruction happening.
Any of you who are closer to the exit, whatever that clinking noise is, it sounds like it's coming down those stairs every time praying and stuff is happening. Somebody wants to check that out?
I'm grappling him right now, but am I doing very much?
I'd say by the looks of it, not anymore.
All right, I'm gonna let him go, and I'm gonna go see what that clinking noise is.
I guess I'll just ready the help action for anyone who stays in here with Din in case anything goes down while Wyatt's gone.
Then it is Wyatt's turn.
I'm gonna let go, and I'm going to try and go see what that clinking noise is.
You're gonna get an attack of opportunity on you.
Can I disengage then?
Yes, you disengage, and you get over to the stairs. One last clink happens as this big ornate pot, maybe at some point had a plant or something in it, but is empty now, and it hits the floor that you're on, and it rolls between your legs as you see it go, and it bumps into the column that was splintered before, and then the roof kind of drops down another 2 feet. It seems like it's imminently about to collapse.
The entire building.
At least the roof.
Okay, I'd probably call back and I'd say, everyone get out of the way of the roof. There's an area that's already has a roof collapse, correct?
Yeah, you're right next to it.
Okay. I already used the move part of my action, correct?
Well, you have one movement. You've only moved like 10 feet.
How big is this pot?
Maybe 2.5 to 3 feet in diameter. You could probably carry water in it or something. It's more of a jug, I guess.
Can I pick it up easily?
If you were to go pick it up.
Can I pick it up and also move somewhere safe?
No, you'd use the rest of your movement going to pick it up because it's next to the column. It like bumped into the column.
I would just warn people. I'd say, everyone move over here where the roof is already collapsed, or get out of the way of the roof. I think it's going to collapse very, very soon. I'd move as close to the area that's already collapsed as possible so that I don't get hit by debris.
Shizeno's turn.
I want to go smash a window.
The windows are already smashed. There's like an awning that
even better.
Yeah, you can just step like over the windowsill and on it. It's at the same level as the floor is.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just walk there. Really, I don't need to check for that, right?
No, you're behind.
And then can I hold my actual action and use it to if I feel like the roof is starting to actually be able to hurt me from where I'm standing, just jump off.
Yeah, I mean, below you see there's like a whole bunch of bushes and stuff, and through like the overgrown planters. Yeah, and it's only 8 feet down, so Arrow's turn.
So looking around from where I am right now, what is the closest area that the falling roof isn't going to affect? How far do I have to run to get out of the danger zone?
Either the very corner where the water barrels are, but then you'd kind of be blocking yourself in, or the northwest corner where there's like supplies and stuff over there, but then again you'd also be blocking yourself in. You are right in front of the hallway. That's like where Din had attacked you. You'd have to run by the front of him, so you would get an attack of opportunity, but you could use your action to disengage.
I'm prone though, aren't I?
Yes.
Do I see somewhere that I don't have to run past him, that I won't be affected when the thing falls?
No.
So I could disengage and get past him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
So you're next to Shizuna then on the awning, and Wyatt, you went over where the stairs now.
Yeah.
Din starts forcing his way through the hallway, kind of like coming at you with this like army crawl his way towards you. In doing this, he like knocks the jug. Yeah, I guess Abby would see this from this angle. The jug kind of rolls into the room where Din just was. Its top faces you, and as it's rolling past you, it's kind of like in slow motion. You see billowing out of it is kind of like this misty black substance, and it looks almost like it has stars in it, and then it continues to roll, kind of like arcing and going under the billiards table. And then you hear the column kind of cracking more as he's like kind of forcing his way, pushing these walls and breaking them, trying to get to Wyatt, and you can kind of hear him snarling. And then it's Abby's turn.
Do I think that if the ceiling collapses, me and Wyatt will be okay where we are?
It's kind of 50-50 based on where you are. Enough of it at like an angle might protect you, like because you're near the window. Wyatt, you're not so sure.
And I will shout out to Wyatt, maybe you should get as far away from this side as you can, out a window if there's one close to you, because I feel like if the ceiling comes down, it's probably going to be all of it and not just a chunk.
Okay.
Can I see under the billiards table from where I am?
Yeah.
I'm going to try it since I wouldn't, like I know that it's a relatively big pot, so it might weigh more than 10 pounds, but could I try to mage hand it closer to me?
It's made its way like past the billiards table, but it went under there, so it's actually on the side of Din. It looks like it kind of like rolled in an arc from the upper left corner of the billiards thing on the outside, underneath, and then up to the side where that couch is. If your mage hand can reach that, then yeah.
And each time I use it, I can move it 30 feet, so I'm going to cast it like basically on top of the pot, grab it, and then move it to me.
Okay, so you have the pot.
Can I investigate, like look inside of it and try to figure what all this smoky stuff is?
Sure. Are you trying to see like if it's magical, or are you trying to get some other information from it?
I guess I would try to figure out if it's dangerous first.
Investigate.
Like if it's like about to explode or something. It's a 15.
It doesn't seem dangerous, but a peculiar thing about it is like when you're holding it and when it's moving towards you, from your perspective, you would expect that the things inside it would stay relatively the same. They would look the same, but as you're moving it, it's almost as if somebody put like a tube over a texture and is sliding it across. It's as if the contents inside of it are stationary and the jug is kind of like passing over those contents.
Like chowder?
Yeah.
Weird. Then yeah, I will go outside and reiterate to Wyatt that he should get out a window or move as far away as he can.
Wyatt's turn.
Is there a window near me that I can see?
Yeah, straight to the south. There's a table in your way, but
I'm going to try and slide over it and get out the window.
you could do acrobatics, or you could just use an extra 5 feet of movement.
Yeah.
So that's 20 feet of your movement. You're at the window, the large window that above the awning.
So I'm going to try and jump out
So you're just going to jump through the window.
onto the awning.
Make me an athletics check.
14?
Yeah, so you jump and you smash through the window. You land on the very edge of the awning there. Shizuna's turn. You see across to the left of you, you see Wyatt had just jumped out of this window.
There's no one else in the room with Din at this point, right?
No.
Jump.
Fairly, yeah, you land in the planter.
Swing as far away from the building as I can, but I'll try to keep an eye on the party up on the other awnings.
Okay. Yeah, you make it to the cobblestone path that's sort of parallel with this building. You're like right on the edge of it.
I'm gonna do my ancestor for 3 on Abby, so she'll gain 3 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
It is Arrow's turn.
I guess I'll follow Shizeno. When I hop down, I want to do a flip. Yeah, once I get to where Shizeno is, I'll just stop and hang out.
So y'all hear more like crunching and debris and rubble falling as you hear Din kind of like making his way through the building, kind of like breaking the walls and stuff. And his head pokes out of the window that Wyatt just went out of. Abby, make me a perception check.
16.
You hear some sort of whispering coming from the jug. It sounds like it's saying, and then it's your turn.
Spicy.
Can I throw it out into the air, being object interaction or bonus action?
Sure.
I want to throw it out into the air away from us and then cast magic missile on it.
You can just break it.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I want to like shatter it at my feet, and then I get sucked into some inky vortex.
You're like playing target practice.
Yeah, skeet shooting. I'm gonna cast it at a 2nd level. 15 force damage.
You hit the southern side of this pot, and basically it turns into these shards as it explodes, and you see this black mist. And it almost looks like sometimes on a really, really dark night, you can see this. It kind of looks like what you as a person would know as like a nebula. It kind of looks like this opens like right above you, and all of you can see this. And this black mist kind of like trails following the shards of the exploded pot, and they pummel the side of this building. And some of the pieces go into the windows. A couple of the pieces hit Din in his eyes, and he yells out, and the building starts to collapse and kind of pancake with him in there. But then you see his body turn into this same black mist and get sucked up into this nebula that's above your heads, and then it slowly closes. Disappears.
Can I nudge Shizeno and be like, did you see that? That was wild.
Do we have to worry about this building collapsing around us?
It basically has collapsed into rubble at this point.
Gotcha.
You can kind of see past it, and you see the tree that has fallen on top of it, and it's basically collapsed the tavern part as well.
Okay.
With my knowledge of like the occult and devils and demons, would I know what it is?
History check.
That's a nat 20.
This seemed like some sort of portal.
My knowledge looks like a portal to me.
Before I did that, the pot told me that if I could, all that magic that was inside of it, said that if I could release it, that it would be able to save Din. So that was the thing we were hearing when we were making all the prayers to Afara. So she might have taken him to a safer place.
I mean, let's hope. I wonder if that's the last time we'll see him. I don't know. Regardless, I think we've all seen better days, so it might make sense for us to find somewhere to rest, and quickly.
I'm gonna nudge Shizeno again and be like, did you see that though?
That was something.
That was epic.
So we have a horse and carriage, correct?
Yeah, they seem to have been scared off a little bit.
I was gonna say, I think it was probably the collapse relatively recently. They also have their wagons that they were trying to like make it look old if we wanted to look for potions or supplies or anything that they might have had.
All right, let's all meet at the wagon, and we'll find a good, safe place to camp for the night. Yeah, so I'd start heading towards the carriage.
I would probably follow Wyatt.
Yeah, can I check the wagon that was like outside the front doors, covered in moss, see if there's anything in there?
Yeah, make an investigation.
10.
You find a rope and a potion of healing.
Ooh.
The rope is 20 feet.
Does anybody want to do anything here before we leave to get some rest? Do you think we should search any more of the houses?
I would ask Wyatt what happened to Din. Is he okay?
I don't
What was
know.
all that crazy magic that just happened just now? Did he get taken into the portal, or?
Yeah. I mean, from what I understand, he was taken in or became part of the portal.
If I run up to the house and go check it out, I'm not going to find his dead body in there?
I don't think so. No, he got turned into some sort of dark star-like mist.
Okay.
Which I guess is better.
That's
better.
troubling, but at least we didn't murder him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yay.
I would say so. Do we want to do anything else in this area? Does anybody have any business here? Want to explore more? I know a lot of you are not looking too great, so
Yeah, I'm basically dead.
yeah,
I'm pretty bad off right now. I'd really like to lie down for a bit.
yeah.
I don't know how much longer I can go without losing any more of this blood.
Let's hop into the wagon. Okay, so I'd want to go out on the path and find the nearest appropriate place to camp.
Why can't we just go to an inn?
Areas over here are abandoned. They're not. They were destroyed by the dragon thingamajig.
Oh, so we could head back towards the tradeway and then camp on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You make it back down this cobblestone path, a somber late fall chilly night. It's kind of windy, and you see a small clearing kind of at the fork in the road.
We camp there. The first place that we see that looks appropriate, I think we would stop at.
You all get the effects of a long rest. Kedama has a level of exhaustion. Shizeno, when you level up, you gain advantage on Constitution saving throws from spells.
Do I know what that is from?
No, you just feel more vital. Or
Hardy.
yeah. Well, you leveled up, as I'm just saying, so that you technically have that.
To 6.
Yes. Well, Wyatt is 7.
Maybe when we get to Silverymoon, we might be able to find some way of contacting Erilyn. And I guess I'll start backing up and head into the carriage. And I'm guessing everyone's following me.
I'm gonna look visibly like depressed though. I'm gonna say to Wyatt, I really feel bad about making fun of him for the poop on his hands.
Yeah, I guess he was really agitated by it. What an unfortunate event that he got the short end of the stick.
I was just trying to goof on him a little bit, like my sister used to goof on me.
Yeah, I think we all were.
They were all trying to goof on him. Maybe we shouldn't have all been goofing at him.
Probably not.
As a unit.
Maybe.
Note for the future: don't team up and goof on party member. They might go evil and kill everybody.
Yeah, so about a day passes here all around the tradeway, and you feel the breeze that was happening early on in the morning starts to die down. Snow starts to fall. Y'all are making your way up the Evermore Way. You see to the north during the night, you see some lights. Looks like maybe some lanterns on some boats going to the west from the direction of Silverymoon. And you see this a couple more times throughout the night. It just seems like a normal passage of people just like going down the river. It's kind of like a swampy, marshy thing, but there are some clearings. The snow starts to pick up a little bit throughout the night, so in the morning, about like an inch has fallen. Visibility is kind of like dropped a little bit, but it doesn't seem like a blizzard or anything. Day 3, cresting a hill a little bit, comes up kind of above the Evermores. You can see to the south, it looks like there's a big tree sticking out of the forest to the south, rising up from the rest of the normal-sized trees. Everything seems like it's covered in snow, and leaves are changing and falling off of the trees. The snow seems to have stopped, and visibility has improved, and you can kind of see in a very far distance what you would think is the hints of Silverymoon.
Onwards then.
I'm excited. I've just been here before.
As you get closer, you're coming down maybe about 20 minutes away, you start to see Silverymoon. It looks like, rather than a city, it kind of looks like a close cluster and collection of large gardens and trees and elven architecture, as things are kind of woven together rather than constructed. Lots of green, even in this like wintry climate that's approaching. And you kind of see that it looks like the city is kind of split into semicircles. In the middle is this kind of like rainbow-colored arch going over the river that runs through this city. Abby, make me a history check at advantage.
21.
So you know that structure to be the moon bridge. Any of like the high mages in Silverymoon are able to kind of control the physical characteristics of it, and if a large boat needs to kind of pass through Silverymoon, they can kind of make it recede, and anybody on the bridge, it'll kind of like bring them along with them to the banks. And sometimes it can be used as like a defensive tool to put a wall of force around the city, and it's made up of force magic.
I will pass that along to everybody.
As you get closer, you kind of have like a more uplifted spirits, as this kind of reminds you of home. All the elven architecture and the plants and stuff are kind of stuff that you would see like in your home.
Cool. I wish I could do all this magic stuff.
Yeah, magic's the best.
And so you're approaching Silverymoon from the southwest, and this is it's like labeled in this like fine it looks to be gold filigree and lettering in Common and in Elvish, and this is known as the Blacklar Gate. And so you are at Silverymoon.
Yay!